Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I am here nursing my little one, and I figured it would be a good time to get on and talk to you all about my top 10 things that will boost your milk supply. Yes, breast milk. So for those who breastfeed their babies, they may or may not know about these tips that can help boost the milk supply. Or the benefits. I'm also going to give you a couple of benefits for breastfeeding, or of breastfeeding. Sorry, I had to scratch my brow. So, the first one I want to talk to you about is water. So, if you don't know, your body is made of 70% water. Breast milk uses 90% of water. So, when you are breastfeeding, you have to stay hydrated with water. I know from experience, if I did not drink my water, I ended up looking like a prune. When I say a prune, I mean titties look like a prune, honey. They was wrinkling, they was saggy. You got to drink your water. They don't look like that now. So drink your water. Stay hydrated. That's my number one tip. One of my most important tips. Drink your water. Stay hydrated. Tip number 2 is, if you're having issues with making milk, brewer's yeast. Now, you can get brewer's yeast in like a capsule form in the vitamin section, or you can get it in a bulk supply, and you can literally add it to any type of cookie mix. So if you take brewer's yeast and oatmeal, like the real oatmeal, not the instant pack oatmeal, but the real oatmeal, and you can add that to a package of cookie mix, like literally, or you can get like oatmeal cookie mix and add in the brewer's yeast and make your own lactation cookies without all the extra intricate, everything else. If you're a vegan, you can do the same thing. You don't have to use egg. The egg variations that you can use, the flaxseed, applesauce, different things like that. So, like I was saying, brewer's yeast with oatmeal is an awesome way to boost your milk supply. Now, when you put brewer's yeast in the cookies, these cookies are not going to have everybody in your family lactating. They are perfectly fine and safe for your kids to consume, for your husband or significant other, whomever, to consume. They're not going to just start sprouting milk ducts and start being able to breastfeed everything. Not at all. It's good cookies. They're really good cookies. And with that being said, that takes me to my tip number 3. That is to pump or hand express. So when you pump or hand express, that helps with your supply and demand. Your body will not make the breast milk if your body does not know to make the breast milk. So with me feeding my baby, my body is able to regulate or realize how much he is taking in, and my body, as long as I'm drinking my water, honey, will supply that nutrition for my baby. So it's a constant circle. So with that being said, you can do something called power pumping. So when you power pump, that's pumping for, like 5 minutes every 15 minutes for an hour, I think. I'm gonna put the power pumping thing up there so that you all can see. But you can power pump. You can hand express. I'll put a little clip up there of how to hand express, because I'm not putting my boobs on the YouTube. I'm not doing it. You can know how to hand express without seeing my titty. So you can hand express. If you're not really too sure on how to hand express, you can use a manual pump. The pumps that you like is almost like a spray bottle, that kind of pumping handle, and it goes onto your boob just like a breast pump, but you are manually pumping. You can do it that way. You can use one hand to pump and use the other hand to gently massage around your breast area to loosen up the milk ducts so that milk is released easier. So that's tip number 3. Pump, hand express. Tip number 4, skin to skin. The same thing that you do or that you did when you had your baby and that helped bring in the milk can help now. Just doing just simple skin to skin. Just cuddle up next to your baby. Now, you don't have to be completely nude. Babies don't have to be completely nude. This is not delivery day all over again. You can just lay there with your baby. Baby can be in a diaper. You know, mom, dad, whoever can sit there and whatever they want to sit in and hold their baby. But that nurturing, that closeness, that bonding can help your milk increase. So that is my fourth tip. My fifth tip. So I did a video on what I eat to supply my milk, and that goes for my fifth tip. I'm going to post that video below, but I'm also going to tell you some things that you can eat to boost your milk supply. So, like I said before, oatmeal, like steel cut oats, the real oatmeal, not the instant oatmeal, not the flavored oatmeal, just real oatmeal. Salmon, baked salmon. That's a good way to get in those fatty acids for breast milk making. Another thing that you can eat, eggs. Eggs help with breast milk making. That's 3 top items right there. And of course, water. Like they're really good. I like salmon. I really like salmon. But I'll post that video below that goes further in depth of what you can eat to increase your milk supply. These are just my top 10 tips of what you can do to increase your milk supply. My sixth tip is to manage your stress. I know you've heard the phrase tough tits. Tough tits does not help anybody, baby, when you're trying to breastfeed your baby. You don't need tough tits. Leave the stress alone. Light a candle, take a bath, take a shower, unwind, relax yourself before you pump. Stress can hinder a lot of things in your body. Stress can give you tumors, ulcers, ailments, sickness. It can completely stop your milk. It can completely stop or bring on your menstrual cycle. Stress plays a big factor in a lot of issues. Cut down your stress, and that will help so much with your breast milk. My tip number 7 is get a good night's sleep. Now, I'm a mom of 5, like I keep saying. My baby got a little fussy, sorry. I'm a mom of 5, like I was just saying. My baby boy he'll be 3 months in a couple of days. It's difficult to get sleep. And y'all see most of the videos that I post, I'm working. I'm up at night. My shift is night shift. That's all that I've worked. That's all I'm used to working. So, get rest when you can. The simple rule is to sleep when baby sleeps. That's not always possible. Usually, the baby is not the only child that you have. We have other kids to feed, other kids to maintain and look after. So, we sleep when we can. But getting a good night's sleep is key to making breast milk. That plays with getting that stress gone as well. Sleep helps a lot. So, that is my 7th tip. So, my 8th tip is to have a awesome support system. Now, a lot of people today don't understand that breastfeeding has been the number one choice and way to feed your child for hundreds of years. This is not a fad, a fade, a moment. This is not any of that. This has been around for hundreds of thousands of years. Since human creation got here, breast milk has been a part of their livelihood. So this is not something new. Having a support system, knowing that people got your back, they're not trying to shoot you down, they're not trying to push you away or make you seem like you're doing something inappropriate or wrong. Don't listen to those people. If you don't have a support system, it's okay, honey. I will be your support system. You can send me an email. I got my email below. And I will be your support system if you need someone just to hold your hand, guide you, and help you out while you are trying to breastfeed, because this is something that you want to do and no one has your back. This is your choice. This is what you feel is the best thing to do for your child, and I will stand behind you 110%. So, like I said before, tip number 8 is have a support system. Next is my tip number 9. You know what tip number 9 is? If you got a lot of kids, you got to have it. Patience. Working on patience every day. Patience when you are having issues with making milk can help you go a long way. That determination and patience will help with your milk. A lot of the times people's milk don't come in how they want to. They see all of these videos about people mass producing and creating 1200 mLs and 2600 mLs, and I did a whole gallon pumping in 10 minutes. And I mean, you see all these videos, and that really messes with your pride when it comes to breastfeeding. Got a burp on. That really messes with your pride when it comes to breastfeeding, with people being able to make so much milk, and here you are with just a half an ounce, a couple of drops. So having patience, power pumping, having that determination, consuming your water, drinking your water, eating these foods that can help, salmon and oatmeal and eggs, and making your own lactation cookies, or taking the brewer's yeast capsules, different things like that. That can really help boost your milk supply. So my tip number 9 is having patience. My 10th tip is mother's milk tea. Now that comes in many different forms. So my tea that I use is made by Yogi, Yogi, and it is called Mother's Milk Tea. They have different titles for it, different names for it, but it all has the same. The brand that I use has fenugreek and brewer's yeast in it, I believe. I believe it has both of those. I know for sure it has fenugreek in it, and it tells you on there what the extra things that it has in it. But just drinking that as a part of your daily regimen when it comes to breastfeeding can help a lot with your milk consumption. I mean, drinking water, this this mother's milk tea, your brewer's yeast cookies, your breast milk lactation cookies, and just to let you know, when you make the lactation cookies at home, they taste a lot better than a lot of the lactation cookies you find on the shelf. Now I have seen a couple of different companies that sell them, like make them at home and they sell them, and those look to be pretty decent. I have not tried them. I cook. I have a lot of people in my family, so I just usually cook and bake and do everything at home without adding extra into my little circle if I don't have to. But drinking the mother's milk tea can help. Now, the downfall to it is not really a downfall if you don't let it be. But the downfall that can be is you will walk around smelling like maple syrup all day. And if you walk past a mother who has drank mother's milk tea, they can identify that smell. They will find you in a room and they will ask you, "You got mother's milk tea?" I can smell it. I remember that smell. I mean, it's not a bad smell. You don't stink. You smell like you need some pancakes with you. You don't stink. That's my current issue. My mother, every time she sees me, she's smelling me. Literally, you smell like maple syrup. So, I'd rather smell like maple syrup than smell like onions. Pick your battles. But those are my top 10 tips for boosting your breast milk supply. So now I'm going to get into the benefits that breast milk has for your body. So a big thing that we hear that breast milk usually helps with is helping mommy burn that baby weight. So I am a let me think of the right word to say. You know what? I'm not going to waste too much time. With my first baby, my original weight was 140. With my first baby, I gained enough to get to 209 pounds. I lost all of my baby weight and was back at 140. Um, Probably 4 weeks after, 3 or 4 weeks after I had my baby. Um, so breast milk does work. Now, I did breastfeed all of my babies. I have never been a large person. I do only gain weight while I am pregnant. But I lose it just as fast because I breastfeed and I am relatively active. The job that I do requires a lot of movement, swift movement. When people's lives are on your hands or in your hands, you have to move quickly. Like, think of it like that's your family member, and how fast would you want somebody to move if your family member is coding or having a medical emergency? How fast would you want somebody to move to save your mother's life, your father's life, your child's life? That's how I move. Like, that's my family. So I do have a pretty active lifestyle. I do not work out. You won't find me at somebody's gym, honey, lifting nothing, squatting nothing. Now, I did try the squats for a while. It didn't. My legs hurt. I'm not made for the squats. I was a dancer. I was a cheerleader. I have nice legs. Um, but because I'm not cheering anymore, and I'm using my body for, making my babies and, working, I can't do them squats. So, like I said, breastfeeding is one of my top reasons for losing the weight that I lost. And it can help. So, that's one benefit. Another benefit of breastfeeding is bonding. When you breastfeed, your baby bonds with you. They know that you are mommy and they look for you. Like, my son looks for me every morning. My husband is here with him while I'm at work at night, and when I come through the door, he is wide awake, looking at me, smiling. It's the best feeling in the world to know that my baby wants me, that my baby knows his mommy and wants his mommy. So, like I said, it's bonding. You get that bonding time with your child. Another benefit of breastfeeding is when you breastfeed, you help your baby build immunities and help them pretty much fight against allergies. So who doesn't want their babies to have immunities? When you're making breast milk, say you catch a cold, your breast milk will change itself to formulate so that your baby does not get sick. It will build antibodies for your baby so that it doesn't get sick. Like, that's a superpower. Come on, mama. So with breastfeeding, this is another benefit. You have less risk of being obese, having diabetes, heart disease, and CNSDD for your baby. I'm going to post the full word of what that is there, so you can see. Who doesn't want any of that? So another benefit of breastfeeding is your baby having improved vision, hearing, and better intestinal health. Better intestinal health, you hear that? Those are all good things too. Another benefit of breastfeeding is you have smarter kids. Now, breast milk makes it has a fat in it that has fatty acids that goes to your brain. Your brain uses fatty acid, the same fatty acids that's in, fatty acids like omega-3, that's in salmon. That helps with brain health as well. So breast milk has that in there. Helps with brain health. Helps babies get smart. Like Mozart. So, with that being said, another benefit is it lessens mom's risks of having cancers, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer, breast cancers, and osteosclerosis. Sorry, big mispronounce. But it helps with those risks for mom. It helps reduce those risks for mom. I know we can all use something that could keep something bad away, something else bad away, because I swear if it's not one thing, it's another. So my last and final benefit that I have for breastfeeding is that one, that those risks are being taken care of, that can lessen your chances. So those are all of my benefits of breastfeeding and my top 10 tips for boosting your milk supply. So thank you for watching my video. Please, please, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more videos like this one. Please comment below if any of these tips helped you, or if any of these benefits have shown itself true for you, just to help somebody else out who may see the video and know that this is actually true. So like I was saying, thanks for watching. Bye.